the secret home of the Order. Aurelian and his people have built this out of nothing in only a few months.
The Nomad power cell's in the hold, guys.
Take it directly to Dr. Quintain in the artifact lab.
That was a little too close. Next time, listen to your old pal King and say no.
As you know, Dr. Quintain and I have poured through the translations from the panels, the Proteus tome, and even the stolen data from the prison ship. It seems that Dom Kavash had a vast empire long before man ever evolved.
So if these guys were so much more advanced than us, where are they now?
We don't know, Mr. Trent. There's no evidence to suggest any kind of war or disease or natural disaster that may have done away with them. They just vanished, leaving behind the Nomads.
It seems Nomads, or whatever they were really called, we can't pronounce the name yet. They were apparently created by the Dom Kavash to, well, look after things.
We're fighting the caretakers?
Well, in a manner of speaking. They are opportunistic parasites, not only of human beings, but of technology as well.
Which brings us to the artifact. The Dam Kavash had an amazingly advanced technology that was only partially based in these delicate formations. They used them for power, shields. This one is well, we'll show you. Kendra?
I discovered that if the computer sounded out the phonetic representation of the glyphs in a particular order...
Please, Doctor, in deference to those of us who are simple politicians.
Very well.
I'll be damned.
It's beautiful.
What's that?
That would be us. The artifact knows where it is in space at all times. It's a map.
But of what?
Well, it's just a theory, but...
Spit it out, Doctor.
From what we now know, with an empire as large as the Dam Kavash, they couldn't rely on simple jump gates like we have today. They had to develop something more sophisticated. A vast array of hypergates, linking the far corners of their empire via one incredibly fast system for travel. This device is not only the map, it's the trigger, a key to reawakening the system.
Are you suggesting we turn this thing on?
Yes. If we can reactivate the hypergates, we'll break the hold of the Nomads on their power supply and cut them down to a more manageable size, in theory.
Every key is a lock, Doctor. Where do we find this one?
There.
Mr. Trent.
Me?
Yes, you. I want you and Zane to spearhead this effort. Understood?
All right. I've come this far, I may as well see it through.
What's going on?
Nomads, sir. A whole fleet of them.
Prepare ships for intercept.
Aye, sir.
Damn it. They must have followed us. We have to evacuate. Everybody to their ships. Take only what you need. Trent, Junie. We have to buy some time.
We're on it.
Now how do we turn this Tinker toy into a weapon?
Alpha and Gamma Wing cleared for launch. The Nomads have destroyed the primary generator. All support personnel move to evacuation point immediately.
Be careful out there.
You too.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Freelancer commentary, the penultimate part, and, yeah, we've got a massive battle to take care of right here with a bunch of Nomads attacking our base in Toledo, and, oh boy, look at all those revelations we've just gotten about the Nomads, and, yeah. I mean, the idea that they're not even the primary threat, they're just, yeah, we're fighting the intergalactic janitors, for lack of a better phrase. So yeah, I mean, if the Nomads were this powerful, just imagine how much more dangerous the Dom Kavash themselves would be. But yeah, I mean, again, to kind of sing the game's praises a little bit more, again, they do manage to balance the threat of the Nomads in the sense that, again, I mean, the game proves that they're not even the most powerful beings in existence, but at the same time, they were also crafty and, you know, intelligent enough to infiltrate, you know, the Sirius systems, you know, make sure the human governments were completely, well, again, completely worn down and cut down to size, and then they'll pretty much just come in and mop out the rest, so... Again, like, I mean, again, they've shown that they're capable fighters, but again, they're also crafty and intelligent, which, again, difficult balance to strike, but one that's, pretty solid, really. As for anything else, though, well, yeah, mystery regarding the Dom Kavash that I've kind of already explained beforehand. I mean, again, as much as I said last time that I don't want the mystery of the Dom Kavash to be ruined, I mean, again, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing more of them, but, I mean, it would have to be done right, because, again, I feel like, something that spoils the mystery would just sort of, yeah. Again, that's just the, you know, the double-edged sword of, you know, wanting more, is that, again, you want more, but at the same time, the mystery is what makes you want more. Again, it's an odd paradox of, humanity and our desire to complete things, from puzzles to storylines to anything, really. But in any case, so, yeah, Nomads are plenty of people just sort of getting cut down to size. And generally speaking, it's just, yeah, I mean, again, even in this case, I mean, the Order is still, well, very much a sort of fringe group on the edge of the galaxy, so, yeah, no official support, mainly because a lot of the official support we would be getting is all Nomads. Oh no. But, yeah, needless to say, Nomad weapons are very powerful, and, again, their rate of fire is pretty slow, but, again, they do have a lot of numbers to back them up in this system, and, yeah, excuse me. As I mentioned beforehand, apart from the fact that we're being called back down to the planet, yeah, if you explore the Omicron sectors of, you know, the star system like this, yeah, as I mentioned in the post-game, there are still plenty of Nomads, you know, falling about the systems, and, they are much more powerful than they are in the story, so... Yeah, needless to say, if you encounter a Nomad, you're either very brave, or very foolish. Yeah, but in any case, we pretty much need to land back on the planet to pick up, well, the artifacts that Quintain has been weaponizing, so, yes. That map system is also very much a weapon, so... We finally have something to finally take the fight to the Nomads, as we'll be seeing a little bit later.
Looks like the base is taking a pounding.
The evacuation should be almost complete. We have to land quickly.
Trent, we've made modifications to the artifact. It should work now. All you need to do is activate it in the right location. What's the status out there?
It's unbelievable. The Nomads are constantly getting reinforcements. We won't be able to hold them off much longer.
This is it. Everybody to their ships. Trent, Junie, escort the freighter with Quintain and Sinclair.
All set, sir.
Our forces will meet in the Nebula field on the far side of the system. Good luck.
Quintain, fly directly to the rallying point in the nebula. Trent and I will provide you cover.
Understood. We're on our way.
Fare thee well, base in the Omicron system. Although that is actually something I do want to bring up in terms of trivia, actually, because, yeah, the Order is technically a non-faction in this game. I mean, again, they do exist as a faction for, you know, story reasons. And they were intended to, in fact, have a permanent base that you could visit in this Omicron minor system, but that never materialized, which I suspect is due to a bit of development fuckery that, again, Freelancer have a lot of cut features, and, again, if you look in the pub in the, you know, the Osiris, you know, the battleship that's there purely for story purposes that you can never see again, again, there are technically members that are labeled, you know, the Order, and again, you can talk to them, but they won't have any rumors to say, and they won't really have any, you know, missions or jobs for you to take, you know, in the post-game or anything. So, yeah. It feels like they didn't tend to make the Order a faction that you could technically align yourself with. It's just that it never ended up materializing, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious that there was something meant to be there, but sadly we just never really got to get around to it, which is a bit of a shame, but... oh, well. In any case, so, we're pretty much making tracks towards the Osiris, and, yeah, as we finally get aboard, we'll finally get our pre-mission cutscene before the final mission of the entire game. I mean, I wouldn't say that the final part of Freelancer was necessarily rushed, but I mean, the pacing does kind of go a little bit, you know, it goes a little bit more at cruise engine speed, and doesn't really let up from there, so... yeah, whereas a lot of the story did usually tend to give you a chance to smell the roses, like from, you know, Rhineland, Bretonia, and, well, not Rhineland, with Bretonia, Liberty, and Kazari space. Yeah, Rhineland through, you know, the Omicron systems don't really give you a chance to do much of that, so, it's a bit of a shame, but... yeah, I guess that's just more to do with, you know, the rush development cycle that sadly meant that things couldn't be as refined as they otherwise should be. But then again, you know, had Chris Roberts gotten his way, I'm pretty sure we probably wouldn't have seen Freelancer until 2026. As in the alleged release date of apparently Star Citizen, which probably won't be released by then, and will forever remain in development hell forever, and ever, and ever, and ever. And in that case, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and we'll see you next time for the final part of Freelancer. Bye-bye.
Where is everyone?
The briefing's already started. Let's go.
Is everyone clear on their assignments?
Okay then.
Ah, Trent, Junko. Good, you've arrived. We're just now discussing our attack plan. Long-range scans have detected a Nomad jump gate in the area that will lead us to our final destination. We'll fly there through the Badlands, which should give us some cover from the Nomad attacks. We'll enter the jump gate and fly into what we think is the Nomad homeworld. Once there, we'll have to improvise. We'll break into 4 attack groups. Trent, you will lead Alpha Team. I'll lead Beta, and Colonel Zane will head up Gamma. A group of heavy bombers will maintain a holding pattern until we can clear them a path. Any questions? Okay, let's go.
Alright, let's get them.
Good.
Herr von Clausen, you're coming with us?
Yes, I am. We must still drive the Nomads from our worlds and avenge those we have lost. I'm going with you because I owe them something.